Welcome back. I'm making some afternoon coffee because it's much needed on this Monday morning after a time change. Or should I say Monday afternoon. Point proven that I need another cup of coffee. It's been a very busy and a very full weekend, but I'm happy that today we ran to town, we got groceries, and I didn't do anything the rest of the day. But I am going to go down to the garden, and I am going to take you all with me. I'm actually pretty excited because our first tomatoes are popping up, and that means, for me, we're officially in the throes of garden season. Our peppers are coming up. They're I was limping them along. Originally I did not start them on a heat mat, and I think it kind of really messed up their germination, being hot, cold in the house. So they're on a heat mat. They seem happy. I've got some sprouts that I sprouted up that are peppers that I'm going to pot today. And I'm just going to take it easy because that's what this day deserves, right? So I came down here. Oh, you be good boy. To check on our latest addition to the farm. So my husband, before everyone assumes it's just me, is partly to blame for this. Usually it's us ladies who show up on the farm with an extra animal, especially a baby animal that we feel the need to baby and care for. But he loves Americanas and Rhode Island Reds. Those are his absolute favorite. And last year when we bought chickens, they weren't available. I literally bought what the feed store had left, and we took what we could get. So, I'll show you them.
These guys are so... Oh, it's okay. We had to move them out to our shed. Oh.
Aren't they sweet? They are over a week old now. Probably a week and a half. We had to move them out here to our shed because the laundry room just was not working. I don't really like a house that smells like... Chicks, do you? Don't mind all of this. I ended up having to go to a different feed store than where I bought the chickens from to get something for my friend who was with me. And they had these little guys there, and I could not pass them up. Hey, you guys are sleeping? Oh my goodness, they're so cute! Look at that. Sweeties. Sweeties. So we got 3 little khaki ducks because I was a big old sap and couldn't take it. And they're just the sweetest little things. We have, actually I was just coming out here to check their food and their water and make sure they were warm enough, and they're doing fine. But we have a little spring back behind where we keep the chickens and the goats. And Aaron thinks he can dig that out a little more and make that a little spot for the ducks. If not, we'll put a kiddie pool or whatever out there. But people ask if we're going to put them in the pond, and no, we're not going to put them in the pond. There's nothing over there to protect them. There's nothing over there to tell us that something was harming them. We know for a fact we have bears that go through there, so we're not going to take a chance. But we absolutely love these little guys. Are we boring people?
I have no idea.
Okay, we'll find out. What are you doing?
I have to ask your fans and my fans.
Yeah, because he's convinced we have, he has more fans than me.
I always mess with her. I say, you want the ratings to go up? You just got to get me in those videos. That's what boosts the watches. Kind of like Where's Waldo?
Where's Aaron?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Well, today we found Aaron, and he's doing what he loves best, fixing his truck.
You want to know the secret to a good mechanic? It's the Crocs again.
Oh, the Crocs?
The Crocs.
The Crocs are making a...
They keep me grounded.
And humble,
Makes
obviously.
all the difference in the world. a good set of Crocs. He can do about anything.
Uh-huh.
You're getting ready to see me run a track over here in about an hour and a half, and I'll have some Crocs on.
You go preaching Crocs?
I probably won't go that far.
Oh, okay. There's
Maybe
a time.
maybe to my family.
There's a time and a place for Crocs, apparently.
Right. Goodness gracious. My truck was making some noises. I think it's some pulleys. I'm changing pulleys and a belt out today.
He's a little OCD when it comes to this truck.
You
I
are.
don't like noises.
Yeah.
It didn't come with noises, so when a noise happens, it's like a kid crying. That's how I relate. Noise equals truck crying.
This is
Don't
like
want
your
the truck
fourth
to cry.
child.
We've been all over the place.
Yeah, lots of memories in this baby.
I'm trying to keep it happy.
What are you doing? Pulleys, belts?
Both. Tensioner pulley, idler pulley, AC belt, and changing my oil.
So hopefully that narrows it down.
Because that will be all the pulleys other than the alternator, and that could be it. And I had it tested, and it was fine. So
Okay.
we will see what happens.
Well, I'm going to go press the coffee now.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
One way we've been able to cut down on expenses around here is that we baby our cars along. He drives a 2005 and I drive a 2003, and he's able to do a lot of the work to it, and we pay cash, we buy older vehicles, and that's just one way we do it. I'm gonna keep it real here and do this in my dining room. It's a little too cold and windy to do this on the porch. So last year, I had a lot of trouble with peppers. My first round didn't germinate well in the greenhouse, and it's probably because I started them too early and it got too cold at night. Peppers love heat, and in Florida, we had no problem growing peppers. It also didn't get down to the teens, and it didn't snow there either. So this year, I decided I would get more of a jump start on them and start them in the house. Well, I didn't have them on any heat mats. I didn't have a dome or anything over them. So germination was really slow. I thought I could be slick and start them in like little tiny soil blocks, and that was a terrible idea. So all of these I've really been babying, but they're doing really good. I think in the next day or so, I'm gonna pot up some of these bigger ones into paper pots, and then hopefully they'll stay in those until it's time to plant out. I might keep some of these singular ones, but the ones with more than one in a cell, I think I'm gonna pot up into a paper pot. I like the paper pots. I've done it with lettuce so far, and it's so convenient. Pick up the pot, put it in the hole, done. So they're a little labor intensive up front, but there's no trays to wash, there's no trays to store, so I don't know, I really like them. And then, so what I've been doing is I decided instead of putting them straight into the soil and waiting for them to germinate, that I would just do the wet paper towel trick in a plastic bag. That seems to be working. I know what seeds are germinating and what seeds aren't, and look at that. These are habaneros. I like things spicy. So I'm super excited for some habanero pickles this year. Get these potted up into this cell. I'm probably gonna put a couple in each cell, but just because I'm kind of running out of room here with the grow lights. And then once it's consistently warm in the greenhouse and I have these all into paper pots, it won't matter. It'll be okay. I can spread it all out and I have the room. But right now, I just don't really have the room. So, in true homesteading fashion, I'm gonna make do with what we've got, because I'm on a mission to do that. This year I decided to invest in some better trays, so I don't have to keep replacing things every year. Hopefully that will work, as well as discovering the paper pot idea, that costs nothing. People are always willing to save newspapers for you, especially if they know they're going to get garden produce out of it. So yeah, that's my plan. Here is a little habanero plant. You can see it. I stuck it right into the soil, just kind of with enough of it. It looked like it was already trying to sprout its leaves, so I don't want to cover it up completely. But you can see that right there, I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of starting to get its leaves, so I don't want to plant it too deep. There's a few seeds still left in this one that haven't done anything, so I'm going to give them a few more days and see what they do. I probably really did leave those other ones in the bag too long. I should have caught those sooner, but I don't know. We'll see if they'll be okay. I'm still pretty new to starting a lot from seed. Back when we would have small gardens, it wasn't a big deal to go buy things from the hardware store because you're not buying that many. I mean, we probably would have only bought a couple pepper plants, but now that we're really focusing on growing the majority of our food, it requires a lot more plants, and it's just not cost effective to go out and do it that way anymore. So a lot of this I'm still trying to get the hang of, but that's the fun in it.
Wave to your fans. Aaron, wave to your fans. Got a pretty bad storm getting ready to blow in. So I just made sure all of this was watered. We're gonna tuck it in for the night. Let's go, let's lock it up.
Okay.
Now that everything is done for the day, it's time for me to get dinner on the table. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.